Hey everyone, today we're talking about who killed my fish. That's the question I get a lot. And you don't necessarily phrase it as who killed my fish, more as what happened and things like that. So I want to set the record straight. First and foremost, I believe when a fish dies, we killed the fish, as in the owner. So when I have a fish die, I believe that I killed it. Now, I didn't go there and I didn't stab it. I didn't conk it over the head, anything like that. It's just the environment I set up has led to its demise at that point. And I find that that is just the best starting point, because when we realize that whatever we've done has led to this point, then we know that we could maybe do something to prevent that. Now, maybe it was disease, and maybe it was something that's incurable. Like, let's say it just had its liver gave out for no apparent reason. We'll never know why. Those are things that can happen. But the reality is, a lot of times we're going to shorten the lifespan of a fish based on who we put together. Could be tank mates, could be type of water we have, could be that we're not prepared. It snowed past couple of days. If the power had gone out and I don't have any generators, temperature gets too low, we kill them that way. So, but the most common one is I came home, my fish is no longer alive, and it looks like someone ate all its fins off. So what we're really doing is we're looking for someone to blame or something to blame, so it's not us. But we need to think about it is us, and most likely what went on in that scenario is a series of events over the past 3 months, something like that, has led it down a path to where this fish eventually dies. And then when that fish dies, other fish do what they do and they go, hey, there's food, we should eat the fins and the eyes and all those things, take care of nature and eat while we can, and then we go on our merry way. So that's probably what happens most times. Now, a lot of times you say, well, I had one gourami and I had another gourami and they were fighting. I'm sure he killed it. Probably, but who put those gouramis together? Us, right? And so we look on the internet for what we're trying to do. Someone else did it. It worked for them. It's going to work for me. And we're all working on it. We're all students. Joey said that in an interview lately. I think that was a good thing for him to say, is that we're all students. So even though we've kept fish for 30, 40 years at this point, we're still learning daily that, oh, maybe this fish shouldn't go with that, or that fish and that fish in my water shouldn't go. Or we might know that, like, well, angelfish don't do well in a 10-gallon. We're still constantly learning, and because of that, we're going to make mistakes. When you're learning, you make mistakes, and the goal is that you make that mistake and you try and figure out what's going on. That's why you go, who killed my fish? But if we start from the correct point of, okay, I'm responsible for its living or dying. What has happened in the series of events to get us to this point? Was it, oh, the heater went out? Was it, oh, I added 5 tetras and that made the 2 gouramis live closer together and then they started fighting? And we can keep just like looking and looking and looking, and there are going to be times when we can never figure it out. There's going to be, oh, I can't do that level of math. Oh, I can't do geometry or whatever it is. Like, sometimes your brain won't be able to comprehend, but if you can at least get to a point where you can no longer comprehend, you're less likely to make that mistake. If you get into an area, you sign up for geometry and you don't do so well, you probably won't sign up for it again. Likewise, oh yeah, I've tried putting gouramis together twice. Every time after 6 or 8 months leads to death. We learn things like betta sororities kind of have that problem. There's a lot of fish that have that problem, and based on tank size and things like that is where I think we need to really refine the hobby over the course of years, but it's going to take years and years and years to document that kind of stuff. So I know I blew right past that 3-minute mark, but I want to talk about this because it happens every day to me. Not that I'm losing fish every day, but people 5 times a day, my fish died, why did it die, tell me so it never happens again. And that's kind of like asking a professor, just tell me the answer to the problem, and then if I ever see that problem again, I know the answer. Where really we need to figure out, how do you do the problem, get the answer to that problem, so we can present you with another problem and you can work your way through that. And that is way more valuable than just knowing the end result. So knowing that fish A plus fish B plus fish C is a working combo is less useful than knowing these types of fish generally interact with these types of fish in this way, and those types of fish interact with the first fish in this way, and I think these things are going to work. And then after 3 years you figured out, oh, those died off 3 years too early or something like that, and you can piece it together over your career of fish keeping, and you'll find what species you like and what works in your water, your size of tanks, with the way you keep fish, with the way you go on vacation, and all those types of things. So hopefully it puts you a little bit at ease knowing, okay, we're at fault, but we're meant to be students, we're learning, and the goal is that we'll do better next time. So hopefully that helped you guys. We'll see you in the next video.